My name is Ondrej, and here is how to build AI agents with Nano Banana. Now, what even is Nano Banana? It's a new AI model from Google that is by far the best image model in the world. It's the first AI model in history to be great at editing images with great consistency. I mean, look at these examples. The consistency and reliability is just incredible. Now, while most people focus on the model itself, which is fine, nobody really talks about what you can build with it. So, the real opportunity with Nano Banana is actually building multi-agent systems where each of the AI agents is powered by Nano Banana. And this is possible because it's actually a version of Gemini. So it can not only output text, it can also make decisions and most importantly, take agentic actions. So in this video, I'll show you step by step how to build a team of AI agents powered by Nano Banana. And you can do this even if you are a complete beginner. First off, let me show you just a few of the use cases that this incredible model can do. New clothing design, thumbnail concepts for social media, product shots for e-commerce, dropshipping, logos, banners for any type of business, restoring photos, such as old photos in low quality or black and white photos. So not only can it create images, which is already pretty good, but it can edit them with insane consistency. I mean, look at this. I asked to make the cloud a bit bigger and everything else is the same except for the cloud getting a bit bigger. This is the first AI model in history that can do this. So if you want to use Nano Banana for free, just go to vectel.ai. So now that you understand just how powerful Nano Banana is, let's use it to build some AI agents. Alright, so inside of Cursor, let me open an empty folder right here, boom. And actually I'm going to use Claude Code for this, so open a terminal and just type in Claude. If you don't have installed Claude Code, what are you doing? It's one of the best tools for coding. And I have about a dozen videos on it, so just watch any of them after this video, of course. Now let me actually show you what we will be building, because this is incredible. So we will create a system where you can generate multiple images and then create variations of them using multiple AI agents, all powered with Nano Banana. That way, you don't have to just do one image. You can do 4 variations, 6 variations, and then branch out from them in this nice tree UI. And I'll even show you how you can use the Nano Banana API for free. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new file. So let me just right click on new file. And this is going to be the project details. And here I'm going to describe what the project is about at a high level. Now feel free to pause and read this prompt, but it's basically what I described. Just a way to interact with Nano Banana, but in a multi-agent system. And you can use this to build any application because this is the real opportunity. The image editing capabilities of this model just unlocked hundreds of new possible startup ideas. So if you are serious about AI and you want to start building AI agents, make sure to watch until the end. Alright, let me jump into Claude Code and I'm going to switch into auto accept mode. By the way, for the model, I'm using Opus because it's the best model. Now the first thing I'm going to say is read project details. That way it's up to date with what we're building. Your first task is to boom, and this is my first prompt. Again, feel free to pause and read it. The full name of this model, the public name, is Google Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Preview. Now, no wonder this name didn't stick. People remember it as Nano Banana, which is the internal name Google gave this model. So this is actually the official name of this model. And you can use it either through the Google AI Studio or just on OpenRouter. So this is basically what the first prompt is about. Connecting this exact string with the ability to save the resulting image locally. Now, of course, we're going to build on top of this so that at the end, we have a nice UI with multiple AI agents running, all powered by Nano Banana. Now, a common mistake that a lot of people make when they get into coding with AI is not providing examples. And they get shitty results because of the prompt being so bad. Instead, you want to clearly describe what you're building and you want to give it examples. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use XML tags to paste in the official docs, right? So on OpenRouter, you can click on API and they literally tell you what code you should have to run this model. All you need to do is click on copy and paste it into Claude Code as an example. And the reason I wrap it in XML tags is just for the model to have better context engineering. So it's a nice little prompt engineering tick. And then when using Claude models, always make sure to say think hard, answer in short. This actually isn't only a prompt engineering tactic. This directly impacts the reasoning effort of the model. If you say think hard, Claude models such as Opus or Sonnet will dedicate more reasoning effort and give you much better outputs than if you don't say it. Now, while this is running, we still have to create the env file ourselves. So just right click in your project and type in .env. And actually, Claude Code gave us an example of what it should look like. So we can just copy this. Let's go back into OpenRouter, click on top right, click on credits. If we look at the costs, it's very cheap. It costs like 3 cents for a single output, right? There it is, $0.03 for an output image, which means you can create like 30 images per dollar. So for $3, you can create nearly 100 different images with Nano Banana, which is pretty incredible. Now, as I promised, let me show you how to use this model for free. inside of OpenRouter, they have this free version. And this one, as you might expect, costs 0. Now, the caveat is that obviously it has some rate limits, and the uptime is going to be worse than the paid ones. You can see there's some major drops where only 30% of the requests were getting through. Either way, we need an API key. So click on the top right, click on keys, click on create API key. I'm going to name it subscribe. If you're watching this, make sure to subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. It's completely free, just like Nano Banana, and it helps out a lot. So go below the video and click subscribe. Okay, I'm going to create a key, copy. Do not share your API keys with anybody. Treat them as passwords. I'm going to delete my key before uploading this video. Okay, so don't try to steal it, or you can try, it's up to you. But just paste it after this like so and click save. We can close the environment file. Now Claude Code should be finished, and there we go. So it's finished with the first prompt. Beautiful. So to use this, all we need to do is add the API key, which we just did, and then run pip install requirements txt. So let's do that right now. Boom, just paste it in. We don't have pip. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to solve with AI if you've never encountered this issue, but I can just copy this. Boom, help me solve this error. Think hard, answer in short. So obviously I've encountered this issue in the past, but if you haven't, you can use AI agents to solve any error you might encounter, right? So command.found pip, okay, Python 3 install. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it, help me set up a new Conda env for this and solve the issue there. Conda is great for managing Python environments. Conda create Nano Banana, Python 3. I'm gonna allow that, boom. And then all we have to do is do Conda activate and the project name, boom, and there we go. So next, let's try installing the dependencies again. Okay, so now it's installing all the required packages for this project, and I can type clear. And let's see if we can just run this. So I'm gonna click on the Python file here. So do we have these installed? Okay, actually, one thing I need to do is below my webcam, right here, you can see the Python version. I need to enable it inside of cursor. So let me do Nano Banana, boom. This is the new Conda env. And now these errors should disappear. There we go. Let's run this. Okay, so sending prompt, generate description of beautiful sunset. And here is the response. And it created a new image. So let's click on the folder outputs. And why is it a text file? Okay, so this is obviously a mistake. So I'm going to describe it. The result should be a PNG file, not a text file. Let me paste in the model name again. Boom. Here's the model name. This is the exact model name on OpenRouter. It can output images. So make sure we save the image, not the text response. Think hard, answer in short. So it's actually good that I didn't do it on the first try, because I can show you the real authentic experience of what it's like to building stuff with AI, because you will run into errors. The key is not taking those errors personally, clearly describing them and using the AI agents to fix them. Alright, so it made some changes to support base 64. Okay, looks good. It actually saved a bunch of lines as well. So let's run again. Should be completed. Alright, let's run this script again. And it's running. Let's see if we save a PNG image as a result. Failed to generate image. Okay. Now another way to fix errors faster is to do web search. So you can use Perplexity for this if you have Perplexity Pro. In the meantime, let's see if Claude Code managed to fix it. So let's rerun the script. Boom. Again, generated image of a beautiful sunset over mountains. And we expect the PNG to be saved. And there it is. We have the exact beautiful sunset over mountains image, and this is the first step in building our multi-agent system. Again, we're going to build on top of this, but now we know that our code works. Our code is solid, and we can generate an image based on a prompt, which is the foundation. When building something with AI, you don't want to one-shot a big project. You want to split it into 5, 7, 10 smaller stages, and then execute each stage individually, building on top of the last one. That way, if you encounter any errors, just like we did here, you can fix them before adding more complexity into your code base. So I'm going to say, great work. Now it's time to add multi-image support. Boom, here's my prompt. TLDR, instead of one OpenRouter API call, do 4 different calls, each one resulting in a separate PNG file. And I'm also going to say the fewer lines of code changed, the better. This is another great way to reduce unnecessary feature bloat, complexity in your code base. A lot of the times the AI models have a tendency to write more lines of code than necessary, right? But if you say the fewer lines of code, the better, you will get a simpler, cleaner version that a lot of the times works just as well, if not better, than the more bloated code. All right, so let's see what's happening. It's creating a simple Flask app, which is a lightweight Python UI framework. So our code base is super simple. Look at this. Like, we literally have 2 code files and environment file. That's kind of incredible, to be honest, what you can build in a very simple code base. You don't have to bloat your stuff with unnecessary packages and dependencies, you can just use raw Python, which is one of the most popular languages in the world. And the beauty of that is the models are actually trained on it because there's a lot of training data in Python. So the app is ready to run. Let's see if Claude Code gives us the instructions, and it does. So we need to install Flask. So I'm going to open the terminal again. I'm going to do clear. I'm going to do pip install Flask. All right, there we go. So since we have the Conda environment enabled, it's nicely separated from my other projects that don't use Flask. And then we start the app with python app.py. So it gives us the URL, which is just localhost 8000. And we can open that. It actually opened on my second screen. Let me drag that over. Boom. So here is the results. We can nicely see them. So you don't have to use them in a terminal, right? It's a nice, simple web user interface, which is nice because it's easier to use. Then we can test whether it can generate a new image. So let's test that actually. I'm going to do a blue dog in a 1930s garden. Just a random prompt. Generate. It says generating, but I don't know if that's already wired up. Let's see if stuff is happening in our backend. 4 or 4. Okay, that's favicon though, generating prompt variations. Let's see if this works. The UI is very simple. I mean, we have some on hover, but it's nothing crazy. Just loading results. Okay, generating 4 images in parallel. So it's promising because it generated the prompt variations with GPT-5 mini, and it's saving the dog examples. We might need to reload. I don't think we have automatic refresh in the front end, so we might just need to reload it. Oh, there we go. It did reload. And there we have 4 very different. Yeah, these are very, very unique. Wow. Not bad at all. So yeah, here we have it. So we have the UI. So we're actually progressing very, very fast. The next stage is to add image editing and uploads. So I'm going to say, great work. Just compliment AI, you know, doesn't hurt. The next stage is adding image editing and image uploads. So boom, here's the prompt. Execute this in the simplest way possible. Think hard, answer in short. All right, so while this is running, let's utilize our multi-Claude Code setup. I'm gonna say we have updated, since you have to realize this Claude Code didn't do the web stuff, so we need to tell it about the new web changes. We've updated our app by adding app. I'm gonna tag the file. Your task is to execute this, and I'm going to wrap this in XML tags again. Next step, boom, paste it in, close that /next step, implement this next step in a clean, simple, and minimal way, just like a 10x engineer would. Think hard, answer in short. Okay, so let's check in. So we're going to launch this Claude Code agent, and let's check in on the first one, which seems to be finished. So let's go back. Let's see if we can upload images. So let's reload our front end, and there we go. We can choose a file. So maybe let's use something from the presentation, such as this Gemini logo. I'm gonna save it to documents. So upload selected, and I can say make the selected image more vibrant and colorful. Okay, so let's see if it can use this image to generate a new variation. So far, we've generated only stuff from scratch, which previous models like Midjourney or Stable Diffusion were able to do. However, this model, Nano Banana, is excellent at image editing. So now we're passing it an image, and let's see if it can generate variations from it. Now, while that's doing, we should check on our other Claude Code. Now, this is probably not the most like best practices stable way of development. This is definitely more YOLO side. If you want to make progress faster, you're also going to run into errors, and you're gonna probably be more confused if you don't know what you're doing. If you're a beginner, probably stick to a single instance of Claude Code or a single instance of Codex. Otherwise, you'll be confused, right? So we're doing a lot here, but that also could save us some time. So let's see what's happening here. Reloading. Okay, generating. Okay, we have the chat assistant now, so that kind of messed up our test because, okay, I'm gonna tell it, no, don't start anything, just execute what I asked. So basically the next stage was adding the conversational assistant, but I just wanted to test this image. Make the attached image more colorful and vibrant. Right, generate. There's something very curious on OpenRouter, which I want to talk about. Why is GPT-5 mini such a low throughput? Look at this, 40 tokens per second. If you look at GPT-5, the main one, not mini, it's literally sometimes faster. I mean, look at this throughput, right? Sometimes it's like 50. Like, what's going on OpenAI? I don't understand. GPT-5 mini is sketch. But anyways, let's go back. Let's see if we have the variations of our image. We have some variations, but they are not of our image. That is an issue we have to address. But before we do that, let me test the conversational assistant. So I'm going to say, create an image of a tree growing in the void. Okay, so not much seems to be happening here. Okay, so it did result with some images, but it reset our chat, which is not good. So first, let's focus on this, okay? Let's focus on getting the image editing to work. So let's see what's going on. Choose image file. So I'm gonna say, actually, let me speak it into existence. So right now we actually have a bug where the attached image isn't being properly passed to the model. So whatever prompt I sent, it's kind of not relevant to the image I upload. So analyze that part of the code base and think hard about why we're facing this issue and what is the proper way to fix it. And actually, a lot of people don't even know that Claude Code has built-in web search. So I could say, browse the web to see the proper way to use OpenRouter API to pass images to multimodal AI models. Follow the latest OpenRouter docs. Okay, so let's approve web search because this is one of the tools you want Claude Code to be running without asking for permission. Okay, I don't know why the web search failed. That's very interesting. Anyways, let's refresh this. Okay, so again, I asked it to flip it upside down, which it didn't do with the... It creates some upside down images, but like it's not doing it with these attached ones. So that's a problem. So what you should do if you're stuck on something is just do a deep research, right? Whether it is Perplexity, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but you know, whatever. I think Perplexity is a nice balance of speed and quality. The best one probably is, it's hard to say, Gemini has improved theirs a lot. So either Gemini or OpenAI, ChatGPT Deep Research. But basically, I asked it to check the OpenRouter docs, to check like 50 plus sources on how to pass images as parts of the prompts, right? Because this is the issue here. Claude Code is already doing stuff. So let's see if those Claude Code fixes work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the folder here. Boom, let's delete that. So refresh. I'm going to say, flip the attached image upside down. Generate. All right, so this deep research is finishing up. That's good. Maybe Claude Code will manage to fix it by itself. You know, a lot of the times that is the case. Okay, so we have some prompt. We don't really want to... Do we want prompt variations on this? Maybe. We'll see, I guess. Okay, so let's see what happens. No, it's still not passing the image. So I'm going to describe that issue. The image that the user attaches needs to go to the Nano Banana Gemini model, which is the one that can generate new images. Below is the official documentation from OpenRouter on how to do this correctly. All right, so I described the issue in a detailed way, and then I'm going to pass the docs as well. Boom. And actually, I'm going to do something radical, which is resetting a Claude Code, which sometimes you have to do. Like when there's too much stuff, this is called context dot, by the way. When there is too much stuff, the performance can drop. So what I'm going to do is create a fresh Claude Code, just paste in the new context. I'm going to end it with docs. I'll say implement a clean and minimal fix like a senior developer would. Think harder, answer in short. So sometimes literally just switching to a new Claude Code does the trick. You kind of have to develop a feel for when that is the correct move. So sometimes you just have to be willing to get your hands dirty and do some good old debugging. So I asked it to add 3 debug log statements at the essential parts where it makes sense. And we're gonna see what's happening to the image as I send it. And actually, you know what? Since Claude Code isn't solving this, I'm gonna turn on the codex extension and get some more power behind us. Flip the attached file upside down. I'm gonna copy the logs. I'm gonna say logs. Here is what our backend terminal looks like. What does this tell us? What is the next step we should take in debugging this? Think hard, answer in short. In the meantime, what we can do is copy this deep research as well. I'm gonna say docs. I'm gonna say the same issue, just describe it to codex. We are facing an issue where when the user attaches an image and he sends a prompt where he just wants the image to be edited, it doesn't make it to the Gemini model. Somehow the image is lost along the way and the model just generates variations that are completely irrelevant to the attached image. Do not make any changes yet, just answer. Be concise. Page was reloading after upload, wiping selected image from memory. Oh my god. If that's the case, it's kinda disappointing. Take the attached image and flip it upside down. Okay, so we have some debug outputs, so this is giving me hope. Let's see. Does this reload? Let me refresh. Oh, there we go, finally. And it's actually good. Gemini. Wow, 2.5 flash. This is very impressive, guys. Wow. That's crazy. That's actually kind of crazy, to be honest. So we've defeated this step. Beautiful. It was a dumb issue, but some debug logs exposed the issue. So that's that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do compact so we can reset the context a bit. And we're going to focus on making the conversational chat work. And actually, I'm going to interrupt this prompt. I'm going to switch to low. And we're going to speed run the conversational chat because I'm not sure this works. So generate an image of a blue dog paddleboarding. Okay, let's see. When we copy that prompt, let's see if this actually works or not. I'm going to say goal, boom, goal, verify whether this has been implemented fully and properly. Answer in short, okay? So does this work or not? Reload. What is happening? Right now, this feature doesn't work at all. The messages get lost, the chat history is not persisted. We should be saving it in some JSON or some SQLite database, but the main issue is that it doesn't work. So make sure to refactor the chat conversational functionality, the chat assistant, not only to have a nicer UI, but also to actually work. Okay, so I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna start working on the tree functionality. I'm gonna do feature. I'll say execute this feature like a 10x engineer would. The UI should be clean, minimalist, impressive, and interactive. Built on top of the existing code base. Do not refactor what works. Think hard, answer in short. So I'm gonna start codecs with highest effort on the tree UI, which I showed you earlier. I mean, honestly, like that's not needed for the main functionality, but I want to show that. So my goal with this is to literally show you what I built earlier today in Vectel. So I already solved these issues once, so it's kind of frustrating for me to do this again. I guess it's my fault not remembering the solution. But anyways, I implemented the exact same thing in Vectel, right? So you can just select the Nano Banana model, and you can say generate an image of a blue dog paddleboarding on a huge Hudson River in NYC. So I was just in NYC, the vlog is coming soon, so make sure to subscribe not to miss the David Ondrej New York City vlog. But let's see. So sure, here you go. And there we go. This is definitely New York. So we have the blue dog, and look at this, like Hudson River, amazing. Brooklyn Bridge, crazy. This is crazy good actually. I'm gonna say add a cat on the paddle board as well. Keep everything the same. So again, the goal with what I'm showing you here is literally practicing what I preach, right? I built this in Vectel. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Okay, so this is an annoying bug. I'm gonna have to fix that. But it should still generate the image. There we go. There we go. Look at this consistency, guys. This has never been possible until Nano Banana. We have a dog, and we have like this is crazy. This is insane. This is incredible. Incredible. So yeah, all of you can use Nano Banana in Vectel for free, but I'm also showing you how you can build your AI agents in case you want to build a SaaS, in case you want to build a startup for a specific niche with this. Just follow what I'm doing in this video, and I'm also showing you how to debug this. What is happening here? A Python app. No, I did not give you permission to launch the app. It's already running, okay? Okay, let's test out the assistant. Let's see if it's fixed. But I'm not going to stress too much over that. So I'm going to say, generate an image of an abstract tree. Send. Let's check the backend terminal. So look how long Codex is thinking. It can think for like 5-7 minutes easily. Claude Code doesn't have that much reasoning. So this is already better. We haven't lost the message, and we see some UI here. Let's see if this actually works. Sometimes it fails, you can see that. Nano Banana is not that stable. Okay, so it generated a rows, not really an abstract tree. Let's see if that's finished or not. So the responses aren't being displayed properly. That's unfortunate, but we have the codex making the tree, interactive tree, in the meantime, so that might be fighting with our changes. Again, trying to do multiple things at once to save time. Let's start our app again. We have the start command here, super simple. We go, let's open the localhost tree. Okay, so here we have the dashboard. Let's upload something. This doesn't really work though. The upload button in the tree canvas doesn't really work. Generate variant, enter prompt, press E to jump to chat. I mean, there's like a lot of potential here, but we just don't have it. Okay, upload. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Okay. Oh, let's go. We're cooking here. Let's click on variant. Is something happening? So we have, look at this. We have an image on the board. It's much more visual, much more interactive. Okay, we'll say, great job, the issue is fixed. However, when I click variant, nothing happens. Instead, what should happen is we should send a simple prompt to the GPT-5 mini agent, which is responsible for generating 4 variations, and then it should generate the 4 variations using the existing code, which works, and then we should show these on the canvas in the tree search. Analyze the code base, figure out where the issue is, and make sure that the variant button actually works. So really the way you want to work is use Claude Code for explanation. Claude Code should be upskilling yourself. It should be gaining understanding for yourself and generating new ideas. But most of the time, Codex has better ideas. And you can actually compare these, you know, give the output from Claude Code into Codex, give the output from Codex into Claude Code. This is literally how I work every single day. But you want to use both. And Codex is more powerful right now. So again, if you want me to make a full video on that, comment below with the word Codex and also subscribe. If I see a lot of people subscribing, I'm gonna make that video because it is the most OP AI agent as of right now. Yeah, so this is a time to again debug this a bit. Even though this is already a huge step in the right direction, I do want to show you guys the branching out because that is the most impressive part, to be honest. So I just wanted to add some debug log statements so we can actually be strategic and not just randomly not do anything. When I click the variant button in the tree view, nothing happens. Investigate why that is and answer in short. Do not make any changes. Okay, wait, so we have some front end. Is it going to be front end console or back end console? Okay, yeah, this is going to be front. Okay, let's see. Variant. Am I crazy? What's going on? Okay, this is very strange. This button doesn't even work. In the console, it doesn't display. So, might be issue with the fundamental UI. Like the click isn't even registered here. Okay, Claude Code is suggesting that the click handler is the problem. So now both of these agents are fighting against each other because both are trying to change the same file. Oh, let's go, let's go. This is very bad UI, but I will say more colorful versions, okay? Okay, boom, there we go. All right, we are back on. We're back on track, so we have the 4 versions generating. Nice, this is nice. This blue box is kind of annoying. Remove the blue box of the tree view. A network error, we're creating, okay. We got a network error, that's not the best. Okay, oh, it worked. It actually worked. Never mind. So after a bunch of errors, we got it to work. This is nice. This is nice. And then we can hover over any of these and make a variant. So let's say I like this one. Boom, variant. I say rotate each version by 90 degrees. I don't know. Okay. And there we go. Look at this. And this is the tree UI that is like much nicer to work with images than just chat, right? So this is an example of a single app you can build. And even though I faced a bunch of errors, it took me like 90 minutes to build this, right? In grand total amount of time. And I'm definitely not a professional developer. So if you want to take Nano Banana and turn it into a startup, you know, maybe you're targeting clothing companies like some of our New Society members do. Maybe you're targeting social media, right? Like Facebook ads creatives for marketing campaigns. Maybe you want to make thumbnails for YouTubers. Whatever you want to do, the opportunities are endless with this model. Like stuff like this wasn't even possible a week ago. So that's why I'm so hyped about it. That's why I literally couldn't sleep today. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I added it into Vectel because, yeah, this is a revolutionary model for different reasons, right? It's not like better than Midjourney at generation. It's better at consistency. Like, this is crazy. Everything else is the same here. It just added the cat and it looks super good. Like, the cat isn't like glitched or anything. It's amazing. So if you want to try Nano Banana yourself, go to vectel.ai. Just type it in, create an account, super easy, takes 30 seconds, and you can use it for free. Even on the free plan, you can use it. If you want unlimited access, however, Vectel Pro members get unlimited access to Nano Banana inside of the chat. And let me know what you think of this full screen functionality. A lot of you guys have requested it, so we added it. So now you can chat with Vectel just like you can with ChatGPT. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want me to make more videos on Nano Banana, comment below. And I wish you a wonderful, productive week. See ya.